Yeah, what up? This is Big Dre Beats. Shout out to Ink and Hip Hop, live and direct.
So what program or what programs do you use or do you recommend?
I use FL Studio. I'm not gonna call it Fruity Loops. FL Studio, all variations of that, and Reason. I just integrate them together because Reason got great like acoustic sounds, and I use them both together, and then you just find like other VSTs and everything, but mostly Fruity Loops and Reason.
So what do you think is the most difficult thing about making a beat?
I want to say not necessarily about making the beat, but just like the process is writer's block, or a creative block. Because when that shit comes in, it just takes away your ability to really. I mean, it doesn't take it away, but it makes it way harder to actually make the beat all together. You know what I mean? So if I could look at it as a whole, I would say like just the writer's block is just crazy. You know what I mean?
Now, what would you say is the longest amount of time it took you to make a beat, and what's the shortest amount of time you made a beat?
I'm a little different from the young guys out here. I say this shit all the time. I'll come back and I'll answer your question, but I come back and I'll listen to a beat after it's made, after I sequenced it, after I bounced it out, and listen to it like shit. You know what? Let me add this in there, and it might need a string or something like that. So I would say the longest, going back and forth, like jumping to other beats and everything, probably like a week. You know what I'm saying? The shortest, I mean, hey, you could put a nice little bounce beat together in, I want to say an hour to be fully finished. You know what I mean? Bounced out and everything, probably like an hour. You know what I mean? Not 15 minutes though.
Okay, well, I mean, that's realistic.
Right.
Now, also seen an interview with, well, not an interview, a video clip in the studio footage with Kanye West and Timberland when he was working on Stronger, and he was saying that he had Stronger mixed like 12 times or something like that or whatever. You find yourself as a producer ever being your worst critic, like, oh, the drums aren't hitting hard enough, or
100%.
I gotta go back and redo that, and you ever have an artist or another producer have to tell you like, Dre, leave it alone, just stop it, it's ready to go?
Yes. Definitely. For those who don't know me, I used to be in a production group called Dre and Dash Productions with my best friend Kevin Robinson, and I'll be sitting there still tweaking and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, and that nigga look at me like, God damn, it's good. But yeah, man, you're gonna always be your own worst critic, because if you feel like, well, a lot of times with producers and with beat makers, we get stuck in making songs obviously for ourselves, but making songs for other producers to give you the nod on. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you be like, nah, this shit gotta be perfect. Because if that motherfucker calls my shit corny, I'm gonna kill everybody.
Okay, so Big Dre Beats, who are some artists that you would like to work with? Industry, signed, unsigned, R&B, hip hop, doesn't really matter.
Wow. Definitely some of the artists I just named. I want to say T.I. will probably be at the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy too. If I could go back and work with anybody, probably Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of my favorite R&B artists. If anybody who knows me really well knows that I was a big Aaliyah fan. So yeah, probably those three, and way more, but those are the three that come to the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. Now, recently we watched an interview with Timberland, and Timberland was saying that there's no more producers. Like, the day the producer is dead, it's like all beat makers. So what would you say is the difference between a producer and a beat maker now?
Oh man. You know what? I think like I said, there's numbers right off the top of my head, and this is just what I think. I think we got about maybe 85% as far as from the main public's eye, like 85% beat makers, bro. And that's real, and a lot of it is because people don't really get the access to these studios nowadays, like what we do, and at least what I do now. And I've done different stuff, but what we do now is kind of sit behind a computer, send beats off, email beats, you know what I'm saying, and kind of beat make from that standpoint. But the producers, they're really in the studio, giving you the direction of the songs, writing hooks, you know what I'm saying, like correcting you on your pitch when you sing it, you know what I'm saying. You got vocal producers out there, so it's like I think we have a lot of beat makers with the ability to be producers. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay. Now, when you make a beat, what's the first thing you look for?
Melody. I tried a bunch to kind of start with drums, and you can get something going, but the melody to me drives the whole beat. It just, if you get a melody that kind of speaks to you, where you just like, you close your eyes and you can really see where the song is going to go, then the drums just come to you.
Now you got a couple over there that says 5-year plan. What's the 5-year plan for Big Dre Beats?
5-year plan is to be doing, in broad strokes, to be doing what I love for a living, which is producing music. You know what I mean? Maybe, hopefully, get into some TV. To be honest, if I could step it out year by year, I would say by the end of this year, if I can get some solid mixtape placements, next year, to really extend that, maybe get some album placements, and to fast forward to that 5th year, man, if I'm really consistently in the studio with mainstream artists and and some underground artists, whatever, just consistently doing what I love to do, getting paid to do it though.